telling me it's supposed to be 65 today. Yeah, right. We'll see. Anyway, we're going to get on to a little bit of music this morning. We got 21 Terras starting us off with a song called Getting Hungry. You're listening to The Morning Show with Bailey right here on Tri-Lakes Radio.
Can you tell me about how you got into being a DJ?
Sure. And also usually when you're doing interviews,
Yes.
this is my first one, they always ask you to start with your name.
I'm Mike Bailey. I'm the general manager and founder here, or one of the founders here at Tri-Lakes Radio.
I don't know what else. It's always your name. Can you please tell me your name?
Well, Tri-Lakes Radio, we started off as a community radio station, just to kind of give a voice to the Tri-Lakes region. We're in a really unique locale where the large television, radio, and all that kind of stuff, the major broadcasters down in Colorado Springs, kind of forget we're here.
Oh.
And so we thought, people really don't pay attention to this area, so we started Tri-Lakes Radio, give the community a voice. Over the course of the last 3.5 years, we've grown from a community station to being a major player in broadcasting of music, especially throughout the state.
If you look at commercial radio, majority of the stations are owned by two corporations, Cumulus and iHeartRadio. Their playlists are very narrow. Even if you look at their classic rock stations, their playlists are very narrow. They play 70 artists, 80 artists, maybe. And I don't know for certain, but it's a very narrow playlist. And they don't have a lot of room to promote or to play indie artists. Rather it be local indie artists in the markets that the stations are based in, or indie artists from anywhere throughout the country or throughout the world. So that avenue for the indie artists is missing. Yes, the indie artists can get on Spotify. Yes, the indie artists can get on iTunes and Pandora, the other streaming services that are out there, but it's still not giving them quote unquote radio airplay. And that's what I like about the beauty of A, my show, Front Range Radio, and B, Tri-Lakes Radio, because it's all about promoting the indie artists, giving that artist the opportunity to be heard on outlets that they can't get heard on right now.
Being a DJ took my photography to a different level or a different way. It allows me to literally walk up and talk to the bands, not just take their picture from a distance. I walk up and say, hey, will you give me a sound bite? And they love that.
The beauty of internet stations, the beauty of stations like Tri-Lakes Radio, is we are human programmed. Each one of the DJs on the station decides what they want to listen to, decides what they want to play that particular day. There's no algorithms. There's no charts that some corporate office is looking at saying, okay, we need to make sure we are playing these songs based on all these other studies. No, it's the beauty of the internet station is he gets great music from all kinds of artists and he shares it. He doesn't have to worry about some corporate bigwig saying, oh, you can't play that. We can't play that during this day part. That's the beauty of it.
I rely on a lot of other people to help me get from A to B. And then when I'm there, I'm at their service. I'm going from here to there. You can ask anybody that knows me. Whenever I go into a room, I work the room. It's just habit. I just constantly go around and I don't get too deep with anybody. One, I get high anxiety. I have extreme anxiety, which is another really weird thing to have doing a show. So behind the radio, you can do whatever the hell you want, but you get out from behind the guitar, behind the set, it gets kind of nervy then, bro. It really does. So it takes some practice, but to know these guys, there's your wealth. That's everything. This is why I do it. This is why I'll be broke. This is why it's so much fun.
No, they don't make a lot of money. Yeah. Because of what we do, we know a lot of bands. And these guys, they do it for the love.
Right.
They don't do it because they're getting rich.
Oh, I'm pretty wealthy.
But
I've never been more broke. Right?
Yeah, the money we make in sales right now, they pay the station's bills almost. We're right at an interesting point because we're like literally one contract away from flipping the coin and getting into the profitable side, making money. Somewhere down the line, I get my paycheck.
Yeah.
But until all these guys start making money, I won't draw anything out of the company. we're professional.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be out there holding my cardboard sign saying we'll play music for food. I'd rather sell commercials. We priced our commercial base to help out small businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So if you notice, most of our commercials are small businesses.
Yeah.
And that's because we've set it up so that we can go out and help these independent business owners. Again, it's about being part of the community. And that's big with me, especially. Having owned businesses for years, I know the struggles. I understand them. And I know what it takes. And I know that as a small business owner, everything but the local print magazines, are way out of your reach. I've got the capacity to play a lot more than we do. We run about 10 advertisers now, and I've got the capacity for about 80. And that's without having to shrink the amount of music we play. Getting out there and doing sales is a huge thing for us. We've got to be doing sales constantly, whether it's as a dedicated salesperson or even just the DJs as they go out and do things. They grab business cards, they talk to people about the station.
Plus, they have me. And what that means by not because I'm brilliant and I'm not God, no, but because I'm so free and available to go do all this stuff. And I love it so much. Plus, I'm a musician. So a lot of times I'm in it.
We're going to get rich doing this? No. We're not going to make millions of dollars. Hopefully we make a comfortable living, get to the point where we're selling enough advertising space that we are comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of negativity and a lot of trash talking. So-and-so's radio station will talk bad about some other radio station.
Say, you can only be on our station, or we're only going to have you on our shows. If you go on there, no, that's BS. We should be working together.
The radio is not the fabulous life. Some people come to that place, without a job. At that point, I was without a job at that time doing the show. I quit my job just to do the show. And it had its perks, and then it had its downfalls. Money was horrible. Having to live off friends was shit. You learn your lesson, telling them, it's gonna be fine. You're doing this. I'll get the funds. No, you don't get the funds. You gotta work your ass with advertisers and everything else. That's the thing. But it's how you make your money. I started developing. Had seizures during the times I didn't have a show, so I kind of had to choose between my health and doing the show.
Yeah, so, last year was an absolute horror fest.
Yeah.
Putting together an 8-week concert series is something that we had to do it just to prove a point, if nothing else. And that point was that we can do these things. We're not just a bunch of guys sitting in mom's basement eating pizza and playing bootlegs, are actually a force to be reckoned with. That was the whole reason why we did the concert series, was just to show people, yes, we can do this. And so we got a venue, we put together some really great shows, and we topped it off by bringing in a 2-time Grammy nominee rock band, big name, Saving Abel. Put them in a tiny little 400-seat venue in a podunk mountain town called Palmer Lake, and proceeded to piss off the world. And you're laughing. I actually had to go in front of the town council and explain what we were doing. Even though what killed me was we told the town we were going to do it. We got permission to do it. We went, we made sure the council knew we were going to do it, everything. And in the first, 30-40 minutes of the show, we got 138 noise complaints and something like 100 profanity complaints. And but what we did made noise.
Mm-hmm.
Not literal, well, it did make literal noise too, but we wanted people to sit up and take notice of us.
Yeah.
And we did it. And in doing so and making sure that all the bands got paid and that everybody got their money and everything was taken care of, it built a reputation. Was it a huge success monetarily? No, it wasn't, not in the least. we lost so much money on it, it was ridiculous. But it did what I intended it to do. And that was to get the station out there and get people going, oh, wow, these guys aren't playing around. And it's made things a lot easier, you know. Now when Jimmy and I decide that we want to put together shows or we want to do stuff, people will work with us. In fact, you know, he puts out the word that we're going to do something and people line up to work with us. This year we pared back. We decided we didn't want to do a summer concert series this year. Instead, we're going to come out and do some things under the radar for a little bit. And at the end of summer, we're going to come in and do this, you know, benefit thing and bring in bands from all over the U.S. So we're going to do something big. One thing, big, coming out of the box, and it's going to be everywhere. And, you know, we made them take note of us last year. We're going to make them respect us this year.
We now do festivals. We now do interviews on a regular basis. That wasn't done before. Of course, as you see with all the signatures that you've seen on the banners, all of those people have been here, all the bands and everything. So that's what the radio does for you. And a lot of these people are learning it. You have to control your people when you come into the radio, including this guy right here. Your head can get huge very quickly.
People don't do this because they get rich off of it. They do it because they love it. Mm-hmm. If they're lucky, they might get a big contract and make some money.
I'm Diego Rivera, aka El Jefe. I'm the DJ for the hip hop show, The Underground Sessions with El Jefe at Tri-Lakes Radio.
I am Tim Board, host of Front Range Radio on Tri-Lakes Radio for Sunday nights, 7 p.m. Mountain Time.
I am Robin Schneider. My DJ name is DJ Bamf, B-A-M-F, with Tri-Lakes Radio.
This band that's coming up next, I heard from my brother Cody, out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. A band that many of you do not know that I got to meet myself this past Sunday night, thanks very much to Nick and Amy Marie Duarte of Close Paradise. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever on Tri-Lakes Radio, allow me to introduce you to Powerhouse.